For centuries, dating back to the beginning of time, people have performed sacrifices to the gods for all sorts of blessings. They would perform sacrifices during the winter solstice in order to receive a good harvest. It was also common for people to sacrifice their firstborn child to Baal for prosperity and financial blessings. These child sacrifices were truly brutal and demonic, as they would make these giant statues of these deities and light a fire in the inside of them, and then place the child offering in the burning flames, allowing the deity to consume the child by fire. Just imagine how disturbing this was. Imagine your parents throwing you into a giant demonic statue on fire as an offering so they can get financial blessings. While most people today think this barbaric act is a thing of ancient times, that is not the case. While open mass public human sacrifices have ended, human sacrifices are still taking place, either in disguise or hidden in places people don't go to. We recently just experienced a mass public sacrifice ritual with Travis Scott's Astroworld. We all remember the horrific Astroworld tragedy. Travis Scott didn't even hide this at all. He literally had so much demonic imagery at his festival. He literally advertised it as a sacrifice. Sadly, the fans just didn't notice. Travis dropped a promotional flyer for the event, telling his victims he would see them on the other side. Just like they did in ancient times, even a small child was sacrificed for these financial blessings. Sadly, Travis never faced any consequences for sacrificing all those people. It's because the United States is controlled by Freemasons. But notice when he tried to do the same thing in Egypt at the pyramids, the Egyptians didn't allow it and called Travis out for being a Freemason. They told him they wouldn't allow him to do rituals in their country. These mass sacrifices at concerts have happened before. Even Diddy did the same thing as Travis early in his career. Diddy held an event in which 9 people died early in his career. Just like Travis, these people were all crushed to death. It's no surprise that Travis is one of the biggest artists in the world, and just like Diddy, he sacrificed several people. These situations were mass public sacrifice rituals done in front of the masses disguised as accidents and tragedies. But what they do in their hidden sacrifice sites is way worse. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. This episode is a Patreon exclusive that I have heavily edited and censored to comply with YouTube guidelines. I had to censor out a lot of this video and cut out multiple parts in order to avoid getting in trouble. While this isn't how I would want you guys to watch this video, I wanted to provide a version of this video for those who aren't on Patreon. I felt that this is a very important video that more people need to see. Sadly, due to the censorship on this platform, I couldn't tell this information how it needed to be told on here. But if you want to watch the official uncensored version of this video, you can by joining me on Patreon. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? For $3 a month, not only will you be further supporting the channel, but you would also get access to this video and 50 other exclusive videos that are not available on here. I want to give a special thank you to my Patreon members. Without you, I wouldn't be able to make content like this. Now, let's get right into it. We can see that from this recent footage that was uploaded by someone who found a sacrifice site inside a ghost town in California. I was unable to find the poster of this video no matter how hard I looked, but the video was extremely shocking and shows how evil these people really are. In the footage, we can see a man going into what appears to be an underground bunker. While he's in there, he shows us plenty of disturbing things. First, we see full skeletons on the ground and piles of bones, and bones being used as decorations on the wall. He then finds a room that has a massive pile of bones piling up. When I saw this, I was truly disturbed. I could only imagine how it must feel to walk around in there. He also finds an area that has a stack of shoes. Shoes that I could only assume were of the victims that were sacrificed. Now this place could be a sacrifice site, or it could also be a body dumping site. Regardless, the amount of skeletons clearly indicate that many people have been disposed there. One thing that was truly disturbing was the pile of shoes. I say this because recently I saw someone discover a website on the dark web where they are selling bloody shoes that seem to be from people who have... Now I have been trying to find out where exactly is this cave located. I searched and wasn't having any luck finding the location. They said Victorville, but I wasn't having much luck finding information on that. This is why I took so long with this video. I have been working on this video for a few weeks. I was trying to discover the mystery, but wasn't finding anything. But right when I was about to give up, I was able to find some good information. And now I think I know exactly where this video was filmed. When researching, I discovered a lot of strange locations in the city of San Bernardino, California, specifically in the Mojave Desert area. Victorville, where they say this video was filmed, is in a Mojave Desert area. Also in the San Bernardino area, there is a place they call Satan's Castle. It is rumored human sacrifices and satanic rituals were done at Satan's Castle. I discovered a Reddit post while researching. The post was of a person who claimed to have visited Satan's Castle, and this is what he said. "Hello, I would like to share a remote location in the San Bernardino Mountains in Southern California known as Satan's Castle. It sits on the edge of a cliff and overlooks the Inland Empire. The first and only time I visited the area was with my aunt and family back in 1990-1991. I must have been in the 7th grade at the time. It was Easter and we were gathered at my grandmother's house. My aunt was always into weird stuff, and she asked us, 'Do you guys want to go see the witch house?' That's what she called it. We agreed, and soon the whole family was driving up the windy roads to Crestline. On the way, she told us that the first time she went there, someone from a nearby church, about a block down, came out and told her she shouldn't be hanging around there. The person said that the place was a known site of satanic rituals, human sacrifices, and such. The person also said that however many years ago back in the day, the locals burned the place to the ground. When we got there, it wasn't much of a castle anymore, although there was still one tower. It was mostly a big stone and a wrought iron fence that surrounded a large area. In the area were stairs, and it went down about 4 levels. The foundation was still there, made of concrete and stone. There were pentagrams created in the cement on the foundation. There was also an enclosed gazebo type structure. My aunt pointed out how everything was shaped like a pentagram. On the top level of the foundation, some of the concrete had broken away. Looking into the hole, I can see a large underground chambers and rooms. Recently, I researched what little I can find about this place, and supposedly, there are tunnels running underneath it as well. The place really did give off a creepy vibe, so I don't know too much about it. I'm hoping maybe Reddit can help fill in the gaps as to what this place was. I'll include some links that I found out about the place. Now this is the video he provided a link to, and the other links were just broken. Now honestly, I believe this could be the location where this video was filmed, as the person who made this Reddit post claimed that he saw a tunnel that led down to some chamber. When looking into Satan's Castle, I discovered some interesting information. The castle was initially owned by a rich doctor named Dr. Russell Atkinson, who had strong connections to Hollywood and was even connected to a prince. He was known for hosting luxurious parties at the castle for the celebrities and the elite. It was believed the parties were used for sacrifices and rituals like we saw in the movie Eyes Wide Shut. Around the town near the castle, there was a rumor going around that there was a tunnel from the castle leading to a preschool. The tunnel in the preschool was actually discovered. In that preschool, children were being taken to the doctor's home through these underground tunnels. Eventually, the castle was burned down after a child spoke out about what was happening at Satan's Castle. Some people claimed it was burned down by angry parents, while others claim it was the doctor himself who burned the house down to get rid of all the evidence. It has been stated that in this location, there are caves where people have found pentagrams and other satanic symbols. All the evidence points to this being the location where this was filmed. If it wasn't filmed here, it could have also been filmed at the ghost town in Victorville called George Air Force Base, as there's a whole entire abandoned base there with people finding underground tunnels there too. Now as I kept digging, I kept discovering more and more information that paints the Mojave Desert as the location where these sacrifices are being done. While looking into this, I discovered that the infamous occultist himself, Aleister Crowley, used the location for rituals. Also, another occultist connected directly to Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, routinely performed rituals in the Mojave Desert as well. In fact, when you look it up, you discover that many people use this place for satanic rituals. Jack Parsons is one of the most infamous occultists ever. He used sex rituals in order to access the higher spiritual realm, where he was given the information on how to make the rocket engine fuel and the rocket engine itself. Jack Parsons was an occultist and a sex magician. The government knew this, but still hired him to develop the technology. What's really interesting about this is that Jack Parsons was eventually given a base in the Everglades of Florida to test these rockets. I did a video about this months back, and I spoke about how a snake hunter stumbled upon the abandoned Aerojet facility where he found a full-on satanic sacrifice site.
First corner and turning into the facility, see a very large rock pile. On top of that rock pile is a upside down wooden cross, and there's upside down red spray painted crosses all over this rock pile. And there was actually a little doll on the bottom of the rocks. There was a upside down ash cross put on its forehead. And what was really extra odd about this is there was actually a little red corn snake wrapped around the doll when I came up on it, wrapped around its neck. It started to move as I kind of started to approach it, and I did grab it, got a hold of it. Probably one of the stranger things I've come across. This snake wasn't damaged or hurt in any way. I picked it up right off the rocks, and it was actually bleeding from it. This snake's maybe about a foot long, and I've caught a lot of snakes in my time, and none of them have been bleeding. So that was a new one for me, a little strange for sure. Not quite sure what caused it, but the rest of the night turned out to be very strange as well. Battling gators, stealing my GoPro. If it could happen, it was happening to us. It was definitely a bad juju night. Leaving from that rock pile, kind of regretting that I touched that snake, interacted with any kind of this juju out here. Especially when I started to find some more of the stuff I found. Leaving that rock pile, 50-foot spray painting of what turns out to be Latin. Whatever that says, I ain't reading it out loud. And translated after I left there, it turns to say something along the lines of turn around, he's watching, run, hide, flee. You get the idea, And, of course, we didn't know what the hell it said, so we just kept on and pushing on, trying to catch a damn snake. So moving further through the complex, I start to get to some of the bigger buildings. And I mean, these buildings, again, have been abandoned since the Cold War, what is it, the 50s or 60s? And they're covered in spray paint, a lot of cool different graffiti. But there's more than just graffiti tonight. We found actually probably a 50-foot pentagram, red spray painted pentagram.
Yeah, let's get the out of that room. So many upside down crosses yet, dude.
In the middle of the pentagram was a 3-legged chair, and at the base of that chair was what looked like a pretty large blood stain. Pretty fresh, not real old, and definitely looked like sin was possibly sacrificed, or I don't know what, but definitely kind of a spooky situation. Really looking like, they were trying to do some kind of ritual, or who knows what. Y'all are gonna call me crazy for saying this. Actually, I was about walking into that room. Something grabbed my leg, and I looked down, and it's one of them dolls on the ground there with its eyes plugged out. Same cross as the one I found out there, and I'm sure, I just didn't see it, and I kicked it while I was walking, but hey, it was a creepy night, y'all, and I swear to y'all, it felt like that sucker grabbed my leg while I was walking. But, you call me crazy. So I proceed from the sacrifice room, whatever you want to call it, and I start making my way deep up into this building, and, there's just more and more stuff, seeing more satanic stuff spray painted on the walls. I actually came across this little room. I mean, there was stuff on the wall talking about sacrificing little kids.
Sacrifice.
We gave her to the devil, all kinds of just terrible, terrible stuff. There was actually a little girl's nightgown. I'm sure it was spray paint red, but, it was meant to look like blood. Who knows at this point? It could have been nailed to.
Now, in another location connected to Jack Parsons in California, we find a satanic sacrifice site. I don't think it's a coincidence that the Satanic Castle is located in California, where so many celebrities and elite live. Sadly, so many people know nothing about this. They have no idea that these dark rituals are being done right in California. I believe this video was filmed inside of Satan's castle or near it, and I believe this place needs to be investigated. We need to spread this information and raise awareness. Let people know to avoid this location and call for the location to be looked into. We can't expect the government to do it, as they're the very ones behind the evil. It's important we stay safe out here, as there's so much darkness going around. You must remember to pray and keep your eyes on your family, as these occultists are doing so much evil things to unsuspected people. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.